Folks, I'm currently being stopped by police for doing a story on mass surveillance and a company that are putting cameras in your neighborhood, Flock Safety. Let's see where this thing goes.
Crime. It's a complex problem that requires so many people to work together to solve. And at Flock, it's our mission to eliminate it.
A former Milwaukee police officer pled guilty to using the Flock camera system. Police say he used it to track a romantic partner and friend.
Hey there, we got an interview here.
For Flock?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's just people wanting to make a lot of money.
Hey, look at that company. Shit. That's a new one. They're surveilling Flock right now. Sir, you're under surveillance.
What are you doing running around on the street?
None of your business except for I'm surveilling you right now. Are you with Flock?
No, there's a construction firm I work with, CSB.
99% match.
They're trying to either gain access to the site and we don't want them on site, and I don't know if they're armed or not.
Hello folks, I'm Boots on the Ground journalist Tommy G, and this is a Flock camera. And you may have noticed cameras like this popping up around your city.
Hi, I'm Benn Jordan, a researcher and journalist. As of today, Flock Safety has installed over 100,000 cameras all over America, so chances are that Flock is in your city even if you don't know it. And today, we are teaming up to investigate Flock Safety.
That's right, today we're gonna spy on Flock employees to see how they like being under surveillance.
If you go to Google or Flock's own website, the address of their corporate headquarters will lead you to an empty building. The actual address is kept private.
And today we even reveal their secret drone operation, and we get boxed in by police.
We're going to cover the biggest red flags to be aware of when it comes to Flock and arm you with the information you need to know about the surveillance takeover coming to a city near you.
In this episode, we'll cover the arguments for Flock
and also the many arguments against Flock.
Folks, we're here in Atlanta, Georgia on a surveillance mission. We are headed to Flock Safety, the headquarters. You probably have seen cameras from Flock in your city. And how are they getting there? Well, from city council approval. And I want to know what the will of the people is. Do they want Flock in their city? Because I do agree this is a complex issue with good points on either side. What is the slippery slope of what we're willing to allow under the selling point of safety, which is of course how they always make things more tight and tyrannical. So we're going to infiltrate, find our way in. I'll see you guys on the ground. So what we're finding here is it appears to be a nondescript building, which I think is kind of funny. We surveil people, but we also want our own privacy. Kind of a contradiction in my book. But so we're going to throw a drone up, do our own little reconnaissance, and then we'll move in on the target and get some license plates. We started off with a simple mission: surveil Flock employees to understand this company's attitude towards being watched. We were also going to film Flock employee license plates so I could bring this footage to Ben, run it through an algorithm, and understand how invasive this data gathering can be. But what we found is this multi-billion-dollar company was not so easy to find. Miguel had a good point, which was, like, if your son got kidnapped, like, wouldn't you want Flock cameras around so that you could track that car very quickly? And the answer is yes. Where a lot of people get nervous is when you see places like China with a social credit score, and you know they want to bring that to America. It's the scope creep of where safety and security lead to. So there's just a lot of implications of once you allow these cameras, because on surface level it's like, yeah, put the Flock cameras where all the shooters are and let's clean up our cities. But where do you draw the line? And you know that the people in power never want that line to be in our favor. To cover how Flock cameras have the potential to be abused, I have to look no further than my city of Milwaukee, where police officer Josue Ayala obsessively used Flock 180 times over a 2-month span to stalk his ex-girlfriend. And in McHenry County, Illinois, where I grew up, the same story played out where a police chief used Flock to creep on 3 separate exes and was later charged with multiple felonies. And there are countless stories like this.
For example, earlier this year in Florida, a sheriff who was working a side security job for a film set started hitting on an actress and repeatedly approached her even after she told him that she had a boyfriend. Other extras on the set noticed this and intervened, so he used the police database to find her vehicle's information and added it to the hot list so he would be notified every single time that she passed a Flock camera. He then followed her for miles and then pulled her over, telling her that he had hoped her boyfriend was with her so he could give him a hard time. He then allegedly used the police department's investigative tools to find her on Instagram and continue stalking her there.
Folks, this makes me think of the famous Kanye West line. And let's be real, this is not a police problem. To me, this is just people not being able to handle this level of power problem.
It's easy to say all cops are bastards when you hear stories like this, but let's be honest. Could you be trusted with this power? Think of a time in your life when you maybe thought that you were being cheated on by your partner. Do you think you'd be strong enough to resist being able to confirm if it were true? There's a very good reason that the Fourth Amendment exists, and there's a reason that up until these cameras started popping up everywhere, a cop needed to explain to an elected judge why they needed a warrant to give them the power to track someone.
So it appears no company logo on their building?
No,
No branding?
no branding.
It seems like they're trying to be relatively incognito and private, which I also enjoy that. We were initially trying to just get their employees' license plates on camera. I was almost picturing a corporate headquarters, you drive in, big parking lot. But because it's gonna be a mixture, I guess we just have to surveil everyone for safety, which is, I mean, just for safety, guys. We put in Flock interview requests and we'd love to talk to their people. Garrett, we want to talk to you. We think you have some good points and we want to hear how you navigate some of these privacy concerns. We've already seen some examples of this technology going wrong. There's cases of wrongful police encounters and arrests.
The first thing you'll see when you go to Flock's website is the words clear evidence and safer communities. But let's talk about times where the evidence wasn't clear and it didn't make people safe. Look no further than California, where a man spent almost a month in jail after he was mistakenly tied to a carjacking even though he was 5 miles away. Or this man in the Carolinas who was held at gunpoint after an incorrect Flock hit falsely labeled his car stolen. Or this woman who at her own house, police harassed and accused of being a thief even though she was innocent. And the list goes on. Folks, this is something you're gonna pay for on both sides. You'll pay on the front end when your city council votes against your wishes to install these cameras all over your city. And you'll pay for it on the back end when officers are using clear evidence to brutalize somebody and you, the taxpayer, for some reason has to pay a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, not the police. And so it seems to me, this is a very expensive problem that almost none of us want.
It's not like we get together and vote and say, we want this, we own this decision, we feel good about it. It's a few members of city council that approve it and put it in, just like the data centers. And it's like, we'll see what the numbers are. I just put out a poll on my YouTube page. Let's see what the poll is. So just 27 minutes in, we have 1,100 votes, 94% no. And don't forget, vice presidents of such companies were caught logging into live feeds of girls' preschools and gymnastics classes for hours. We'll have to look into that.
Flock's website claims that nobody from Flock Safety is accessing or monitoring your footage. However, through open records requests, I found out that they'd looked at our cameras over 1,000 times.
This is Jason, a concerned dad and whistleblower out of Dunwoody, Georgia, who exposed a story about an alleged Flock sales demo that apparently involved Flock employees and police monitoring children playing within a Jewish community center.
This includes a Flock vice president looking at a private third-party security camera in the little girl's gymnastics room at my son's daycare. Flock claims that this was for a sales demo agreement that my city says doesn't exist, and the people who did those camera viewings are now deleted permanently from the Flock system with no record of it happening.
So you get back here, Benny boy. Folks, that's right. People could be watching your kids play and you as a taxpayer have to foot a ridiculous bill to know. Shouldn't that be the most transparent thing ever, especially if we are paying for it?
Flock's argument to that is, oh, they were showing off the camera as a demonstration for another client. It's like, if I owned a company and I wanted to hire a surveillance camera company to install cameras around, and they said, all right, check this out. And they open up their laptop and then they log in to view children in a gymnastics center. Like, I would either shoot them or call the police. I'm not sure what I would do, but I would have a very, very visceral reaction to it because it's f***ed up.
They're not even listed in the offices. Not listed in the specialty. Okay, so let's just try and see if we can get in and find our way in. Morning, how are you? Good. I'm looking for some help. I'm trying to find the Flock Safety office for an interview. In Flock Safety? They moved out? Yeah. Okay.
But I'll show you their space. Security guard is still in there. So you can come in.
Okay. How long ago did they move?
They still own this space.
Okay.
They just moved to Buckhead. C106.
Okay. So it's totally empty right now.
Yeah, there's no people in there. But the security guard can direct you. I mean, if you had an interview with someone, I'm sure. Okay. He's aware of it.
Okay. They take security very seriously. Let me call Benn Jordan.
Hello?
Hey, so we're downtown, and apparently they just moved out of their location, and they're heading to they're moving their office to a place in Buckhead.
Ooh, okay, interesting.
Do you know how to track down that address?
No, that's the first I'm hearing of it. I mean, I'll do some searching around, but I assume you're doing the same. Yeah, I assume there would be like a news story about it or something, just because it's a pretty big.
So it must have just
company,
happened.
but-
Let's see, because they have their empty shell of an office, and property management is helping us out a little bit. So we're just to say that we have an interview here. Oh, let's see what they say.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey there, we got an interview here. I know they just moved.
For Flock?
Mm-hmm.
Who you have an interview with?
We're the news.
You know what I'm saying? Who you have an interview with?
Garrett, ideally, but if there's another representative.
You said Garrett? Garrett, the CEO? Or
Mm-hmm.
You come on.
Yeah, we're trying to get an interview today, yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, but there's nobody here. At all.
Dang, so they sent us to the wrong spot. How long ago did they move?
What, like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, but we don't have anything, so we'll see you guys.
So did y'all talk to anybody to come here today, or y'all just came on?
We just came impromptu, just like the cameras are springing up impromptu around the country, so we just wanted to ask about that.
Oh, okay, yeah, nobody's here.
Okay, where's the spot in Buckhead?
We can't give that out.
Yeah.
What is that, like for security reasons?
Yeah.
Oh, so they care about security a lot, like their own privacy?
Can they come? Thank you.
Can we put a camera up by your house and your house? What, wait, you guys care about security here? Yeah, we also care about our privacy too, so. We'll see you guys at the next location, okay?
That's the security guard right there.
That's the same guy?
Yeah, that's the security guard, 100%.
Hey sir, we're surveilling you, is that okay? Do you consent to being surveilled? We're just filming you right now. Do you consent to us surveilling you with our cameras? Oh, well, we're doing it for safety. Oh no, he's getting our license plate. What are we gonna do? Sir, we're not having that. You filmed us, we're filming you double now. Oh yeah. Get him, film him, surveil him. Sir, does getting surveilled make you feel uncomfortable at all? Can you send my regards to Garrett, please? Sir, are you calling the cops?
Yeah.
He's calling the cops on us. I don't feel safe either. We should call our cops too. Sir, do you feel in danger right now? Why are you calling the cops? You gotta tighten up, man.
So I pulled the records. Piedmont Reality Trust bought a building for, essentially did the business of buying a building for Flock, a 35,000 square foot lease at the Medici, 3284 Northside Parkway.
Okay, we're perfect. We're 11 minutes from there. Are you guys nervous at all?
A little bit. They might know we're coming though. Yeah, they definitely know we're coming.
So let's scope it. Is this also mixed use residential?
Yeah, these are all residential right here.
Okay, so what do we got here?
It looks like they've got mostly privacy windows.
If you want to make your voice heard, you can visit people in person. And obviously, we advise you do that peacefully, respectfully, politely. We are about to reveal Flock's secret new headquarters that they quietly moved to, but first give me 60 seconds to tell you about the sponsor that helps make today's video possible. Today's video covers privacy, and you should know not only are you probably getting tracked as you drive, and it's almost certain that your personal information has been leaked on the internet. You see, scamming, fraud, and identity theft is at an all-time high, and much of that is because of 5 big-time data breaches that happened in the last couple years. And that brings me to the sponsor of today's video, Incogni. I have been using Incogni for over a year now, and they send me monthly reports like this that show me how many times they've deleted my personal information from dark web operators and from data aggregators. And folks, I know firsthand how scary it can be when people find out where you live, get a hold of your phone number, and your other personal information. It can get very uncomfortable. Folks, I want you to imagine Incogni as your personal assistant that 24/7 is scouring the internet looking for your leaked information and deleting it on your behalf. Incogni lowers your exposure to identity theft, and in the year that I've worked with them, I've noticed a huge decrease in the amount of spam phone calls I receive. Folks, it is very important to protect yourself on the internet, and right now Incogni is offering you, the audience, a huge offer of 60% off their annual plan. That's right, click my link in the pinned comments or use the link incogni.com/TommyG and get 60% off. Incogni helps keep you and your family safe. Thank you, folks, and now let's get to the video. After digging into real estate records, we found that Flock appears to have secretly relocated their headquarters to this building right here. We the people, our voice have just not been heard, it feels like. This pressure adds up and we need to use it. Again, we are the ants, and the ants can win against the grasshoppers if we team up properly. They've been here for about 3 weeks now, and I don't see Flock anywhere. It seems they're looking for some privacy. Good morning. How are you? Oh, we're just here for a meeting we're going up to. Beautiful building.
So, gentlemen, FYI real quick, you want to be taking photos of something in the building? Where's that?
For an interview at the Flock headquarters?
I'm sorry, I was talking about.
Okay, that's okay.
Oh, you can't. No, sir. Sir. Sir.
What?
The floor's a lockdown, period. And sorry, is that rolling right now? You need to cut that off. No,
Film?
Can you get that out my face, please?
We're just going up for an interview to the Flock building.
No, sir. You can't do anything like that. You don't have point of contact or anything like that? No, sir.
You're telling me the Flock people told you to say no? Because they didn't say no to us.
That camera is catching it. Would you mind turning it off? I'm going to ask you to go, please. Can you please leave the building?
We have something.
Can you please leave the building?
Seems like privacy is a top priority here, huh?
Can you please leave the building? Thank you. Appreciate you.
Well, Flock's new office is here in this building. They don't want people to know that. And obviously they have their guys at the front keeping us out. He's doing his job. I get it. So far on Instagram, 8,000 votes, 91% no from 1 hour ago. So far on YouTube, 1 hour ago, 3,500 votes, 93% no. I wouldn't even want Flock cameras installed in my arch nemesis neighborhood. What's bad for America is bad for Americans, period.
Folks, I love this country, but let's be real. Who here watching actually trusts the federal government? Not me. A good case study we can look at is in Minneapolis, where ICE agents use Flock competitor Vigilant Solutions for the stated mission of tracking illegal immigrants. Over the course of their operation, ICE agents disregarded the rights of citizens so many times that even the Twin Cities police chief acknowledged that ICE personally violated the rights of hundreds of his citizens and even some of his own off-duty officers.
Recently, as the last 2 weeks, we, as law enforcement community, have been receiving endless complaints about civil rights violations.
And folks, I know this firsthand. I have a family member in Minneapolis that got boxed in while trying to make a deposit at the bank for the suspected crime of looking a little tan. And I personally talked to 2 Target employees who are American citizens that got pulled off the job, beaten, detained, and kicked out of an ICE vehicle.
I'm literally a U.S. citizen! And State Representative Michael Howard says he's spoken to them and they've both since been released.
Oh, I'm not okay. Bro, and folks, the point is this. This is not a debate about whether you agree with ICE using aggressive methods to round up illegal immigrants. The bigger picture is knowing that the federal government is able to use any excuse they want, hiding under the guise of public safety, to fiercely crack down on whomever they choose. Today, the target is illegal immigrants. Tomorrow, the target could be you.
The next guy we're gonna meet is Benn Jordan. I think he has done the best journalistic work on Flock cameras. Very interesting guy. Excited for you to meet him. Cool spot, huh?
I'm Benn Jordan. I've been a musician my whole life. I'm a researcher. I have a YouTube channel that usually does science education, some journalism. Recently, the surveillance and privacy stuff has kind of blown up, and I've weirdly been at the center of it. So,
what do you make of Flock safety?
I view it a little bit less nefariously than some people do. Like, I think it's just people wanting to make a lot of money. It's Mark Andreessen who he's the person who has invested the most money in Flock safety.
Mark Andreessen, whose venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz is Flock's biggest institutional investor, was just appointed by the Pentagon to their defense policy board. So for the people wondering about Flock's proximity to federal power, their eyebrows can only raise after news like this.
Mark Andreessen has been involved in the Cambridge Analytica scandal. He's been fined. He has this long laundry list of privacy violations and making money off of people's data. And then I see the rest of it just like your standard move fast and break things tech company. They're just trying to grow as fast as they can so they could reach an IPO. When it comes to like security vulnerabilities, when it comes to legal vulnerabilities, I believe that they're just trying to kick that can down the road until they launch an IPO, and then it could be deducted from people's 401k when they have to pay fines on it, or when they have to take down 100,000 cameras because of security vulnerabilities.
Would you argue that Flock cameras do make cities safer?
No, but I also wouldn't argue that they don't. My only argument that they wouldn't make cities safer is because you're taking money from things like community policing and putting them into a third-party tech company and paying $200,000 for a drone that costs $15,000.
To understand how law enforcement actually views Flock, we spoke to 3 different perspectives: an Indiana police chief, a Wisconsin sheriff, and a veteran officer in Georgia.
Currently, we have 850 cameras in our city. And what it's utilized for is to monitor business districts, residential areas, hotspots, and our city parks.
To have 850 cameras running in this town of 26,000, what is the annual budget to keep that going?
Well, they last pretty long, don't get me wrong, but when it's time to replace them, is when it gets expensive. Right now, my budget for technology as a whole, I probably spend just close to $600,000 a year. That would be the equivalent of 6 officer salaries. But the job that it's doing is doing the job of probably 15, 20 officers.
Could you say without a doubt this technology makes your city safer?
Without a doubt, it makes it safer. I wouldn't know what to do without it.
So working with Flock, what was your experience like with them?
Our experience working with Flock has been fantastic. We use them to really help and provide us a lot of coverage in the rural parts of Dane County. We are responsible for about 1,000 square miles of patrol area, including 41 square miles of waterways here in Dane County out of the 1,200. So the use of the technology was fantastic because it allowed us to be in places that we couldn't be. So overall, they helped us solve numerous crimes, including homicides, but also they helped us find individuals that were missing. So it played a significant role in allowing us to keep and maintain the peace in the rural parts of our community, which is typically very different than in the urban parts of a county. It did not gather any sort of driver information, race, gender, or anything to that extent.
Like, let's say if you have a missing person and they're like an elderly person with dementia and they're in danger of dying because they're dehydrated and they're driving around not knowing that they're fucking dehydrated, then it can help for stuff like that. Or if someone kidnaps a child.
So what are we looking at here?
This is just one of the Flock cameras.
Can I ask you how you got your hands on that, or is that classified?
eBay.
eBay?
Yep.
Okay. And tell me what goes through your mind when you look at this piece of technology.
I get kind of frustrated because they're very expensive and it costs tax money, and just the fact that it's tracking everyone everywhere you go, regardless of if you're on a list of like wanted people.
So you have to be in a funnel for most license plate readers, but for Flock, it's everyone.
Yes, and it's nationally shared across like pretty much every police department.
And another thing to add on to what he was saying is there's something called Flock Nova, which uses something called OSINT, or open source intelligence, which is your Strava bike rides, your searches that are public, your Google, all of your data that's online gets combined with your police record and with your social security number and with your address and all that stuff. And then with your location everywhere you've been, as you go from like license plate detection to porn site search super fast. To me, it's clearly a Fourth Amendment violation.
I noticed that Flock was actually pretty big on privacy. Do you think that's a bit of a hypocritical stance?
Yeah, of course. When initially looking into the company, it just randomly, I noticed that the CEO bought his house through a trust so he could hide his address from the public. The new office address that I got, that I found for you, it's not listed publicly online. And like when you told me that, I just knew to look for realty trusts. So it was like, oh, okay, a realty, they probably got this through a realty trust so they could make sure that nobody knows where their office is. You have this $7 billion company and you don't want people to know where your office is located, like you're that private. Like I don't have the option to leave my driveway and go to Chick-fil-A without them knowing where I am, but I can't know where their office is. You have some cities where crime has increased after Flock came around, and you have some cities where it's decreased. There's not been an actual good peer-reviewed study on if license plate readers are effective or not nationwide.
How accurate are these license plate trackers?
They're pretty accurate.
What do you say to the citizens that say, I don't want this in my city, it's an invasion of privacy, I don't like this?
We're not here to watch you. You do have an expectation of privacy inside your residence. But this is no different than people with Ring cameras and cell phones. Once you step outside your house, that expectation of privacy is gone.
They sort of act like they weren't able to catch criminals before that. Like they weren't able to call another police department and say, hey, we have a red sedan being driven by somebody who looks like this with this license plate number, watch out for it, and then be able to find it. Or as if traffic cameras hadn't existed before Flock safety, or as if ALPRs haven't existed before Flock safety. I often want to tell police, like, give yourself a little more credit. Like, don't let this multi-billion-dollar company take credit for your hard work. Like, you're the one solving the crime. I could push a button on some of these cameras and log into it and delete and change and modify data. They can't be used in court because of that, because nobody can prove that they're secure. I hate surveillance cameras. I don't like I just don't like them in general. And I have them all over this property because the cops have showed up here and because we have private investigators. And it sucks that I have to invest in this stuff that I hate so I can at least have my own side of the story in case a cop comes here and says that I assaulted them or something. Probably because the CEO of this company is telling people that I'm a violent, lawless activist.
And then unfortunately there's terroristic organizations like DFLOC, whose primary motivation is chaos. They are closer to Antifa than they are anything else. And that I think is unfortunate because we don't want chaos, or I don't want chaos. I like law and order.
And so it's like, the whole thing is just a huge infringement on people's rights. I mean, when I first got my hands on one of these, I was amazed by how shitty they were. It saves data every time it detects motion, and then it has both a Wi-Fi and an LTE radio inside, and then it uploads images and data from that, from what it detects. This costs $3,500 a year.
Each camera that's up is $3,500.
$3,500 for this, yeah. I mean, this is the cheapest one. This is the cheapest one you could have, yeah. So if you have like 10 in your city, that's $35,000 a year.
I'm Isaac. I'm just a student, and my school pretty much picked up, I think, 48 of these over the course of the last 2 years. But I noticed on campus there were a bunch of these little devices with a Flock logo. It turned out that they were microphones. I looked into them, and I found a press release from Flock where they explicitly stated that they were only gunshot detectors and they would delete anything outside of a gunshot. I think about 2 months after I started looking into it, though, they sent a software update over the air. So now all of these microphones that are spread all over my college campus, they are just actively listening for voices now, which is very uncomfortable, and I'm not particularly happy about that.
This is a multi-use parking lot, but there's a high probability that some of these people are Flock employees. We saw people going across the bridge to the office. So we're going to surveil the entire parking lot and run it through a license plate reader technology and see if there's any people we should keep an eye on. And so what can we use these license plates? Like, can we track people? Can we know where they live?
So there's this Park Mobile, if you're familiar with it, if you've ever used it. Park Mobile had like a massive data breach, and all the license plates were pinned to everybody's like credit card information. And so you could actually just like take this data, which from this program I made, you could just like download a CSV if you wanted to. You could take this data and then run it past the Park Mobile data breach and see who all these people are, where they live, what their credit card number is.
It feels pretty invasive.
Generally, the reason I even make this stuff is to show people what a black hat hacker could do.
So the viewer understands we're gonna go about a 2-mile loop from your house.
Yeah, we'll go like maybe 3 miles total. In this one, clearly, you can just walk up to it and press the button if you wanted to. The laws that require that mailbox to be put in concrete, or like that stop sign to have so much, it has to go down in the ground so much, and there's usually concrete or gravel under there. And this thing, they just plop into the ground without paying any attention to the roadside safety.
Okay, so this is the first one close to your house, and now the journey continues.
After seeing over a dozen cameras within a short distance from Benn's house, it became clear he couldn't even go get gas or take a shit without being surveilled. After realizing this uncomfortable reality, we next went to uncover Flock's secret drone facility, where we soon discovered something strange.
Whoa. Yeah, I guess this is the drone facility.
Again, no company logo. This looks like an Amazon distribution center.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure this isn't a construction company that we're at. I'm pretty sure this is a fucking...
This is all like shadow names, or?
Yeah, OES equipment. I mean, as far as I know, we're on public property right now, so.
This is the most heavily guarded construction
look at that
company.
Shit. That's a new one. This must be a prototype.
We're surveilling Flock right now. How's it going, man?
Good, you guys.
Oh, we just brought our own Flock camera to the situation. Are you a Flock guy? Okay. Wow, you got some cool cameras over here too.
Excuse me, I gotta go.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna get your license plate if that's all right. You're under surveillance, sir. Sir? Sir, you're under surveillance.
You okay?
Oh yeah, we're just surveilling the scene.
For what?
Just for safety reasons.
I mean, what are you doing running around in the street?
None of your business except for I'm surveilling you right now.
It's not very safe to run. There's a lot of trucks that come up and down here. We had a truck that come down today and he was going quite fast. So just, this is a dead spot as you can see, so just be careful.
Thank you. Are you with Flock?
What?
Are you with Flock?
No, there's a construction firm I work with, CSB.
Oh, you're doing the back maneuver.
With all the Flock cameras
on his trunk said that.
Oh, what the?
This man, James Boyce, is a former British Army veteran and a current Flock supply chain manager. Not only did he lie about working for Flock, which I'm guessing is probably normal at this company, but he also implied to Georgia law enforcement that I could have been armed, and we'll soon see if that puts my life in danger.
They're a very secretive company for a company that doesn't want your secrecy to be preserved. Nondescript building, no signage. We'll track some of these license plates to make sure there's nothing nefarious happening around here. And if they're against that, then they're a left-wing activist. I'm trying to talk to Flock.
You guys gotta go. This is private property. You're not allowed here. I'm sorry. If that's one of ours, we'll take it back.
No. We got it from eBay.
Oh, okay. Well,
We were trying to talk to Flock guys.
I can't help you there.
Okay, well, you're under surveillance right now. I just hope you know. It's for safety reasons. You're being watched. It's kind of nuts, isn't it? Have a good day, sir. So it appears this entire building is under kind of a front company within Flock. And I would guess a lot of their company is structured like that. It's umbrella companies, LLCs, C Corps that own this, that are connected to that. And it's clever arrangement, and they're well within their right to do that. But again, it speaks to the hypocrisy of the whole story of they want to be private. It appears this entire company is under their construction organization. So they have some umbrellas going on, some LLCs, some maneuvering of the corporate structure.
You don't want to be like open with the public. You want privacy.
Because the truth should not be afraid to speak. Anytime there's an element of hiding, it makes you wonder why. And it's a classic example of do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. So there is like a good argument to this. Like if you get a job at Flock Safety for whatever reason, like there's a pretty big chance that you got that job because you worked for a police department or because you worked for a city council, and now, you know, you may have some conflict of interest in taking this job. Nobody takes this job without knowing what the company does, without knowing how controversial it is.
Bloody hell, James called the cops on us, and here's what he said.
Hi, good morning, Mum. I'm
Okay, and what's going on there, sir?
Yeah, I'm sorry for calling. We've had some incidences today. I work for a company called Flock Safety, this is our main distribution center, and we've had a string of like YouTubing streamers or stalkers or whatever you want to call it. They've gone to our headquarter office and other facilities, and now they've turned up here. They're trying to either gain access to the site, and we don't want them on site, and they've been driving around the perimeter, basically harassing everyone who works here, and I don't know if they're armed or not.
Okay. So you're en route to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
We got police.
Oh, cops are here.
Oh,
Okay.
are they blocking us all in now?
Is that a security guy?
I don't know.
Hey, you guys move up so he can get out, okay? Sorry, man, we're getting in a little predicament here. We're the guys to talk to.
Are y'all in this car too?
He's just trying to get out of here right now. No. Have you guys heard of Flock, the Flock Safety Company?
Yeah, of course.
They're the ones that have the cameras everywhere in your.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is their undercover headquarters right here with their drones, and we did surveillance on them. So we filmed them and said, "How do you guys like it?" And now they have the cops here. What do you guys think about Flock cameras in your city?
Honestly, I don't appreciate those. I'm not gonna lie. I don't appreciate the drones coming into my neighborhood. It's just not a good feeling, honestly, to see those drones flying around everywhere. It's like, it's kind of weird to me. I don't know.
Let me tell you this, because you guys are working hard in a home improvement company. Your tax dollars go to your local city where they spend money on cameras, whether you like it or not. And you're literally paying for the cameras that are watching you as you drive around town.
Yeah, and we have no say so when it comes to that either, you know? They just do that on their own. So I feel like it's kind of fucked up, you know?
Any updates so far to what's going on here?
Yeah, Uber Eats is here.
I mean, can we at least let the people go in and out? Like, this is the thing with public safety. That's the police, in order to make things safe, they're blocking off the entire roadway so we can't get out, as if we look like a flight risk. And now it's putting the public at risk where she has to stop her car over here.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's done anything wrong here. Like, you're literally doing journalism. Everybody here just literally came, like, they essentially came to give me a ride back. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, we're not on their property.
Sir, he's got to go. We all have things to do today. He's blockading us, dude.
Okay. Now it's something else. Because I ain't got shit to do with this. But now, I'm trying to leave. I got out the car because you're blocking me. Sir, you don't got to disrespect me right now.
Sir, are we free to leave?
Now you're disrespecting. No, I can't leave.
Sir, are we being detained? Is this the only exit?
Yes.
I wanted to see if this absolute numbnuts of an officer from Smyrna Police Department violated my rights, so I ran the scenario by my friend Officer Toombs from the Clayton County Sheriff's Office.
You can tell us to go fly a kite and walk right off.
And if I ask you, hey, am I getting detained, do you have to give me a yes or no answer?
Absolutely.
You guys have done nothing wrong. Actually, we've also done nothing wrong, and yet we're blockaded by a police officer. Are we being detained?
The manager wants to speak.
It's a yes or no question, sir.
You're going to wait here until the manager talks.
You're holding me until that guy talks, but you're not telling me if I'm going to be detained. Yeah, you are. Am I allowed to leave? Can I go in my car and leave? They are with Flock Safety. They just confirmed.
How you doing?
Hey,
I'm good.
What's up, brother?
Hi, how you doing, sir?
Good.
So, tell him what you need to tell him.
So, gentlemen, I just want to be very clear. There's a multi-tenant site here with a lot of people that are just trying to work. I've got yourself and everyone running in the street. I had to put my brakes on just to stop to make sure you're okay.
Are you safe right now, sir?
Well, I don't know that, do I? So I just want to make sure. We've had reports that you've been to basically every Flock Safety site and facility that you know of. And
Correct.
Yeah, so
Your surveillance is correct. We're doing our own surveillance.
so people don't really feel safe right now with people randomly trying to get into our sites and buildings.
Oh, wait, you don't
Also
feel safe
holding
being
products.
surveilled. Is that what you're saying?
Not at all, sir.
Because that's what you guys do to us without our consent.
Okay.
And I think it's interesting when you guys have this happen, you call the police and make us get stopped. But then you do it and it's okay?
I mean, our devices will call the police regard. What we'd like you to do is basically we're saying that you're trespassing on this site and we'd like you to leave peacefully.
This guy's blocking us that you called.
Physically leave.
All of us.
This is my office that I work at Midtown Home Improvement.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to let us
Can
leave?
I not physically leave my place of employment?
Officer Smith.
I'm speaking because I have something to say, sir, and you are blocking me.
What we're asking is, like, you're essentially trespassing on this site at the moment. There's a lot of people that don't know your intent. I don't know if you're armed.
I don't know if you're armed.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But
I mean, it's the same playing field, Buck.
and essentially not really bother us anymore today. And that would be-
Was it bothering you to film you guys?
I'm not bothered by filming. I'm being bothered by trying to go on a lunch break and people are running around in the street.
Was it such a disservice to your day that you felt the need to call the police for it?
I think if you have someone hanging around outside your house, you'd probably do the same thing.
This is a business that happens to put cameras around the nation, and some people don't like it, and we want to do our due diligence. By the way, we have put in a request to your press team to actually speak to you face to face and have a fair interview, and we haven't gotten back from that, so we did our own digging ourselves.
Go through those channels. I'm pretty sure Flock will obviously talk to you about what they need to, and hopefully clear up anything they do.
After Flock called the police and had us detained, I immediately filed a public records request for the police reports and body cam footage. In Georgia, by law, a city or police department has 3 days to respond to a FOIA request. I didn't even get an acknowledgement response for 10 days. I then followed their instructions confirming the request on their own portal, and a week later they rejected it, claiming that it was canceled due to no response. So I want the citizens of Smyrna, Georgia to understand that if this nonsense continues, then their property taxes will be paying my legal fees and any fines when I sue the city for the records that they're obligated by law to provide me.
Folks, it was important to me to try and get Flock involved in this story. Ben tried reaching out to them about their security flaws. I tried reaching out to their PR team, and here's how that conversation went.
So when you were there last week, what was your goal? To try to talk to someone at Flock, or just to get B-roll footage, or what was the goal?
Just before we go any further, I guess, is there any potential in doing an interview with Garrett or walking one of the headquarters, whether it's the drone facility?
Well, I want to suss out where you're coming from with this. My question for you is, if this is like a, let me get Garrett in a weird position and ask him a bunch of Benn Jordan-esque questions, I'm not sure that that's a really good use of his time. So I just am curious, are you coming in it through like a fair lens? Or are you coming through it, are you coming at this from like a sensationalist YouTuber lens?
I think what people are afraid of is the potential for a mass surveillance state. Once it's in place and the scope keeps creeping, or a national emergency comes in, then all of a sudden the rules change, and something that's we were told came into our communities for one reason is now used for a much more draconian reason. And I think that's the other thing that people would be afraid of.
Logistically, how would this work? Garrett is in Atlanta most of the time. He has like no availability over the next couple of weeks or months. So you can also understand that I'm coming from a position where I have to protect Garrett and Flock.
For sure.
And a lot of people request to do interviews and to look at things, and then the story comes out and it's really shitty. I don't love that you guys trespassed on Friday and that Ben was there as well. I just don't love that. It like it sends a weird message because I'm putting faith. If I tell you we're gonna work together, I've never worked with you. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, never worked with you. I'm gonna kind of put my trust in you. And I just know right now that you guys trespassed on our property.
Yeah.
And it felt invasive.
But
And
Momo, does that prove my point of it
No,
feels invasive? That's what I'm trying. That's the point I'm trying to make exactly.
I understand. You're saying it feels invasive that you guys were on our property, but flock cameras being on public roads, taking pictures of public license plates, which is the point of a license plate, I don't believe that what a flock camera is invasive. I got kind of freaked out at the beginning, which you're like, this is what it's like to feel your privacy invaded. This is how people feel about flock. And I'm like, I understand that's how people feel, but that's not what flock is. And so if you're open to debunking that with me in a fair way,
sure.
I don't want your segment to be like Flock wouldn't participate because we have nothing to hide.
But folks, Flock did hide, and they sent me an email saying they were not going to participate, and it made me ask, do you guys get the impression that they are a transparent company, and do you feel comfortable about them putting cameras in over 6,000 cities around the country? And folks, for reference, months ago, Benn Jordan tried to discreetly tell Flock about security vulnerabilities he saw to help them fix it, and this is how they responded.
So to give you a comparison of how security vulnerability reporting usually works, when I found a mild encryption vulnerability in Ring cameras or vulnerabilities in surveillance robots, the companies immediately reached out to me and offered to pay me to help them document and mitigate the problems. I know of 3 separate security researchers who reached out to Flock Safety about vulnerabilities and were immediately given a non-disclosure agreement. This happened with John Gaines, and the irony is, if they acted ethically and transparently with John, then the vulnerabilities probably would have been fixed before I even started making the video.
And then this is, I guess this is the incestual relationship between Flock and police departments, where now all of a sudden journalists looking into Flock, this is their hidden drone headquarters that we're looking at. We were at their other hidden locations earlier this morning, and we're probably on the list now, right?
I just need you to leave.
Brother, you call the people that are blocking us in. Do you see how that's counterintuitive? Taxpayer funded, by the way. This is pretty great. Alrighty, so we got 1 cop, 2 cop, and then we got the Flock employee who doesn't like being filmed himself that called the police for us filming him. So make it make sense. I appreciate Ben for joining me. Ben is a YouTuber that I've watched to learn and inform myself on this issue. Highly recommend you check his channel out. The link is in the description. And keep learning, keep reading, keep asking questions. That's our duty as a citizen. And we'll see you at the next story. Peace.